right, welcome, everybody. So glad you could join us tonight on our Thursday night turn up. Introducing my man, Dennis Robbins. And also my man, Big Lloyd Dodson. Oh. My man. No, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dennis, I'm confused tonight, my man. And my man, Jay Scott. Jay, you out there, brother?
What's up?
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're known as the Three Amigos, and this is Thursday Night Turn Up, where we come to you every single week on Thursday night to talk to you about what's going on in the world of cryptocurrency, especially one of the things we love most. My man, Jay, it's so good to see you. So glad to have so many people on tonight joining us live. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So Thursday Night Turn Up, the Three Amigos basically do live each and every week. And we basically want to share with you whether you're new to the game of cryptocurrency trading, whether you are have some experience, or whether you think you know your shit. We are here to basically introduce you to a way to potentially explode your cryptocurrency profits and do it rather easily. So every week we come to you, we introduce a special guest. And tonight's no different. We're going to have a live guest on who's going to share their experience with everything we're talking about. But before we do, we also each and every week, to have a little bit of fun, have a theme. And last week was Milk and Cookies night. Tonight, and I don't have many left, guys. Tonight is chips and salsa. And, you know, bottom line is, these things are addictive. You know, so if you're joining us, you can go ahead and run out to the kitchen and get your chips and salsa also. You know,
the lime chips are the best, the lime chips.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that what
I got the whole wheat.
Dennis, what do you got? Wait, so Jay's got lime. What do you got?
I got the whole wheat scoops, because I'm a scooper. Right?
Whole wheat.
Oh,
for
yeah.
everybody out there watching, you know.
He's trying to be healthy.
Yeah, chips and salsa aren't about being healthy. Come on.
That'd be what I had. Oh, but I got Mama's secret recipe salsa.
Right, I heard that. So what are some of the things that are in that secret recipe, Dennis? You don't have to give away the whole thing.
It wouldn't be a secret.
I know, but I'm saying just some of the things, right? Obviously, it's got to have tomatoes in there, right?
Well, a little tomatoes, some jalapenos, brown sugar.
Oh, brown sugar.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And that little hot sweet thing going on.
Oh. I think everybody out there can agree. Everybody loves hot and sweet, right? So good to see so many on tonight. So, you know, as I'm chewing here, my mother would kill me, slap me across the face here.
Yeah, I kind of set that aside for now.
Again, we want to join in thanking you tonight, all three of us. If you're watching this live, we want to thank you for joining us. If you're watching on replay, again, we want to thank you for joining us. What we're going to do is we are going to end up giving you a gift tonight. And that gift is going to be something that actually has value, nearly 2 hours of free crypto training that hundreds of people have been able to take advantage of and actually put into practice, and that's absolutely free. And in fact, if you're watching this live, someone gave you a link to watch this. Make sure you get back to that person and get their free crypto training link from them. All right. So if you're watching this live, make sure you reach out to them. If you're watching this on replay, same thing. Someone shared this video with you. Make sure you get back to them and get their link for that free crypto training. And we'll basically talk more about that as we go. So without further ado, guys, let's get back into the nitty gritty, because what I want to do is what I do each and every week is when we start getting hot and heavy here and all, I want to bring out my trusty friend right here, Money Hammer. And again, I bring out the money hammer and I hit people with the money hammer when they have success. And you know what? It's been so much fun to see so many people have success with what we're going to talk about tonight. And I love hitting people with a money hammer because it just brings a smile on my face. No bruising. I can tell you all watching this, no one was hurt in the making of money with the money hammer. I can tell you right now. All right. So if I go back and I go back to sharing my screen here for a second, okay. Let's go back and let's share, guys, with the people out there what we're going to talk about tonight. All right. So Thursday Night Turn Up presents, okay, again, my man Jay Scott. All right, Dennis Robbins and myself. It's hard to talk about myself in the third person, but, you know, I guess I can do that. Big Lloyd Dotson here. And tonight, what are we presenting, Dennis? Got chips in your mouth, brother?
Dennis is muted.
Well, no, it's worse than that. I'm muted.
Absolutely. What are we presenting
Hey, that's
tonight,
all
brother?
right. Yeah, I didn't want to hear the crunch, you know, so I hit the mute. We are going to talk about iCoinPro.
Hang on, though. iCoinPro, Jay, not just iCoinPro, right, my man?
No.
iCoinPro 2020.
There you go.
2020, right. And later on, Jay's going to tell you exactly why we're so excited about the 2020 part of it, because we have been around for a while and we just keep getting better and better every single year. There's not been a year that has passed that we have not done complete updates, complete overhaul and training, technology, things like that. So 2020 has been a rocking year, although a crazy year. But for those involved in cryptocurrency, it's probably been one of the best years, even with crypto going up and down, up and down. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, why we're so excited about markets like that. So what is iCoinPro? I'm sure a lot of you out there are asking. Again, if you're watching this, make sure you get back to the person. They can share a little bit more. Tonight, we're going to basically hit it hard. We're going to hit it hard on what is iCoinPro. We're going to hit it hard with the money hammer. We're going to show you exactly what it is. We're going to give you examples. And we're also going to actually share our back office live so that you can see how amazing this is. So iCoinPro, and the reason I talk about it and so excited about it is because this was founded back in 2017. I was the first founding member. Now, it was created by my good friends Paul D'Souza out of South Africa and my good friend Justin Clark out of Florida. And iCoinPro, again, from that day that it was incepted, is a complete training and education program for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Now, the whole purpose of putting this together and founding this company was really to educate, train, and empower people to be able to learn about and trade cryptocurrencies profitably. And so those two gentlemen right there, along with myself, kicked it off way back when in 2017, and that's why we're talking about 2020. But without those two doing what they did back then and continuing to do what they do today, as you know, co-owners of this, I don't think I've seen any other company out there that has such hands-on leadership from the top than what we have with iCoinPro. And again, that goes all the way down and it trickles down to so many other people that are involved. So the other aspect of what is iCoinPro, and the reason I feel I want to share all this with all of you, especially because this beautiful presentation I made, I have to pat myself on the back here, is that the thing we're most excited about as we grew, all right, one of the things that in the very early stages is not only did we want to educate people about cryptocurrency, the new face of money, if you will, but we also wanted to teach people how to go about trading cryptocurrency, how to actually start to take control of their own financial future. So now my whole background, obviously working on Wall Street, having my own firm, things like that, close to 20 years, I will tell you that I was excited about cryptocurrency and got involved towards the end of 2014, 2015, but it was entirely different back then. You know, it was not as easy to, you know, to dial into exchanges and do trading and things like that than it is today. But here's one of the things, when you have more choices, people tend to get even more overwhelmed, but they also tend to get taken advantage of more. And nothing is more scary than a space like cryptocurrency, because people don't know what is true, what isn't true, what makes sense, what doesn't make sense. So iCoinPro also includes the micro profit system that Justin Clark basically kind of tested on himself for a long time. He was kind of in the shadows for the first 6 months or so doing all of this, you know, making the mistakes and all like that. And that micro profit system has grown, and it is simply a step-by-step system for profiting daily from the cryptocurrency markets. And the other great thing about it is, as we've grown and had the ability to put more money back into the company from a technology standpoint, we now have the one of a kind, no one else has this, Trade Finder app. And this thing is absolutely amazing, because I remember in the very beginning when we had to physically go out and find these trades based on the system that we were working, the micro profit system. So to be able to write that code into it so that the Trade Finder app alerts us to potential trades has been an absolute game changer. And it's why we're bringing on hundreds and thousands of people around the world. So that, in a nutshell, is what is iCoinPro. Now, what I want to do is, before we move on, all right, is I want to just stop sharing for a second, go back to my good friends Jay Scott and Dennis, and just have you guys, because you guys came on a little after we kind of kicked off iCoinPro in 2017, right, guys?
Yeah.
But you were there in the beginning. We were kind of like what, cavemen, you know, basically with the flint rocks, right? Trying to start a fire.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the education and training was great, but as far as trades, what would you describe that as, like finding trades in the beginning there, Jay?
Like rubbing two sticks together to cause a fire.
Right, right. You know, it was, again, it was primitive because the idea was that, you know, we wanted a system that works, and the micro profit system certainly does, but how do we take and make that easier? And I remember you, Dennis, on some of the first trainings that I did with a bunch of people, and just going through and trying to explain these concepts of the MACD and the RSI and what relative strength is and all like that, and people's eyes kind of glazing over.
Oh yeah. Roll it out. Oh.
So it's so good to have, you know, someone as dedicated as our man Justin Clark, you know, really on that system and continue to do training. But, you know, I have to give kudos to our back office people, our technology people, because they have absolutely hit it out of the park. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, they're definitely awesome.
Yeah. And again, for all of you watching, I only bring that up to let you know how far we've come in a few short years, and why this is so amazing that when people see it today, they're like, wow, all right. We're like double wow, triple wow, because we knew what it was in the beginning. And it's great to see what it's grown to and what it will continue to grow to. So I just wanted you guys to get that feedback, because that makes, you know, hitting people with that money hammer even more exciting, because the technology allows people to do things even easier. And what better way than to show you that technology live? And in order to do that, though, because we're going to be talking about trading and investments and alerts and things like that, I got to go back and share, and I got to have my man Dennis put on his radio voice here, Walter Cronkite, the Evening News, and read off for us our iCoinPro trading disclaimer. Will you do that for me, Dennis?
Let's get this done and out of the way so we get.
I can eat some chips. Let me mute myself while I eat. Go ahead.
Now you make me laugh. It'll be like that Gecko commercial. Okay, iCoinPro disclaimer. iCoinPro and its trainers provide an informational service only and are not responsible for any investments made applying this information. The results described are for illustration purposes only and are not guarantees of future income. Any investment contains risk and is 100% the responsibility of the investor to assess the risk rewards involved. It is possible to lose some or all of your investment. We assume no liability assumed or implied for your application of the shared information from the training programs.
You know, that's awesome. I thank you for that, Dennis. Now, before I allow you to take control of the control board here, the dashboard, let me do this, because I think I have to kind of, you know, add a little bit more color to why it's important that you have a system like iCoinPro and the micro profit system. Because again, in all my years of experience in trading and money management and things like that, the one thing I've always seen is those people that are successful, they have a system, and they have a system no matter what the markets are doing. And so I just want to, do you mind if I do this, guys? Jay, Dennis, do you mind if I
please.
share my 4 pillars of successful system?
Oh,
Okay.
let's do that. That's interesting.
Awesome. So truthfully, there are 4 pillars of a successful system if you want to profit in any market. Now, it doesn't matter if you're trading stocks or bonds or Forex. Obviously, we're talking about cryptocurrency, but a lot of what we talk about, a lot of the training we do, a lot of the tools and all are all basically geared as if you were stock trading, okay? As if you were Forex trading, all right? But cryptocurrency, the reason I love it so much, and so many people love it so much, is it's a 24/7 market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's also global in nature. And when it comes down to that, all of that ability to trade around the clock really appeals to the globe, right? And so that's why we have a global phenomenon in cryptocurrency. But it doesn't matter if it's stocks or bonds or cryptocurrency or Forex. There are 4 pillars for a successful system. The key word here is system for profiting from any market, up or down or sideways. All right. And those 4 things are strategy, technology, community, and longevity. So let's talk about strategy first. As I said, in all the years that I worked in money management, I can tell you that if you don't have a strategy to get from point A to point B, if you don't have a strategy to get out of a losing trade, if you don't have a strategy on how to lock things in and all, you're going to continue to lose over and over and over, no matter what market. So having a strategy. The second is technology. You know, I can remember the days, I was not one of those that had to write trades on paper tickets because that was back in the 80s there. But, you know, we're talking basically the early 90s, technology in its nascency. Again, hell, Amazon.com was only 1994 and no one knew about it until 1996. So technology is extremely important because it allows, right? We no longer have to be those cavemen, you know, and cave women essentially rubbing sticks together or trying flint rocks basically to do trades. Technology allows us more productivity, if you will. It allows us an ease of use. As long as we have the strategy, then we can have technology help us with that strategy. Another very important successful system and profiting is community. You know, trading can be a very lonely thing if you're trying to do it by yourself. Why do you think they have trade floors? All the big firms have trade floors or trading rooms because people feed off that energy. They feed off that feedback. They feed off people basically, you know, reminding them, listen, stick to the strategy, or come on, you can do this, or answering questions. Because again, that's the essence of community. It's support, it's knowledge, right? It's the ability to dial into that energy. And people tend to do better because, again, especially day trading, on computer trading, that can always be very lonely if you don't have that support or community. The third is longevity. Longevity in the sense that, one, the strategy has to be tried and true, but also the company that you're working with, you know, has to have a sense that they're going to be around for a while, especially in the cryptocurrency market. So many of you out there probably have already seen. So I'm going to come out of share and just touch on that last bit there, Dennis. All right, longevity, because in the cryptocurrency markets, there's been so much in the way of people, basically the wool pulled over their eyes, money taken, etc. And that's the beauty about iCoinPro. Again, having that micro profit strategy, you know, going through these 4 things here, you know, having that micro profit strategy, you know, going in and having the technology. And I know you're chomping at the bit. I can see you, Dennis, there to share your back office so we can highlight some of the technology we have. You know, having that community, man, we can't say enough. And I know you're going to touch on some of that with our forum and you know, and our chat box and things like that. You know, having that community around you to pick you up, to basically move you along, to help train you. But longevity, I think, is one of the big keys in this space. And that's knowing that you're going to have this company that is constantly looking to improve, to have more people out there, right? Whether you're have some experience or whether you're a newbie, to be around while you kind of step and get yourself to that point where you're educated. And the thing is, education is knowledge, and knowledge is power. And once you have power, you have the ability, guess what? Take control of your own finances. the beautiful thing about iCoinPro is we're never going to ask you for your money to trade. We are going to empower you through knowledge, training, and tools, and that community to be able to be with us long term. I mean, that's the whole key. And so, Dennis, I know you're chomping at the bit. So I basically came out of my share. You can take the dashboard on this ship.
Thank you, sir.
That allows me to move on to these chips. Like I said, these things are addictive.
More
You know,
chips,
how many people
more
out
chips.
there? How many people out there can honestly say they don't like chips and salsa? Basically, right?
Oh,
Exactly. People can. You may be able to get rid of the salsa, but these things are like
There
crap.
we go.
You know, absolutely. Everybody.
Okay. My impressive back office, absolutely. One of the cool things you talk about there, Big, is the technology aspect of this, and this is kind of a lead-in to the trade finder I'll get to in a few seconds. But this ticker runs across the bottom of my thing here constantly, and it shows me trades that could have been had and what those potential gains could have been had I gone and looked at these when they were shown. And that comes right out of the trade finder now. This is my back office. It's got all this good stuff. And
And if you see that, hey, Dennis, if you see the ticker on the Forex line at ARD, RBTC, it gives you the date and approximate time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not left in
the dark.
In the dark as to when it was or where it was. It tells you right up there. This is when, this is where, what time, and how much you could have won, had you gone down there and found that. But that's a really cool thing, and I watch it. I keep an eye on that. Again, my back office. I want to show you some specific things. One of them being the trade finder, which I already have up. The other one being the forum, and that is a fantastic thing. So let's jump right in there. Let's go look at the trade finder. Trade finder. Some of the highlights in the trade finder. I have all my exchanges available.
Wee, that's a pretty thing.
Isn't that something though? I mean, Binance, there's a lot of those that still are able to use Binance around the world, not in the US. We have .us, we have Bittrex. Well, not everybody has Bittrex. We have Coinbase Pro. Pretty much everybody has that. Poloniex has gone away, but some people around the world can still use that.
And here's a side note, Dennis, real quick. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
See, with Trade Finder that you have now, when we first started, it wasn't like this. You couldn't click a button and it would show you potential dips, potential squeezes, potential anything, because you had to go into your exchange and look through the coins that were in there.
You mentioned a really cool thing there. You're talking about the dip, which is a part of our primary strategy. One of the two. Look, we got Nano is in a dip a minute ago. Let's go look at that.
Let's go look at that.
Let's go look at it. You want TradingView or Binance?
Oh, do Binance.
Let's go Binance, baby. Let's go.
Color.
Let's go, Dennis. Let's hit him with the money hammer. Show him some color. Here's the beauty is the API. We're tied right into the API for most of the exchanges. TradingView also. And let's quickly kind of talk about this without getting into the nitty gritty. Without actually talking about doing a trade, but talk about what we're talking about quickly.
Yeah. Now,
potential dip.
Potential. I'm looking at this and I'm going. I'm not seeing a potential dip.
You missed it.
I did. It was a while ago. But
exactly.
This doesn't come up set up like I would have mine set up, but that's okay. Oh, wait a minit.
Not logged in.
Well, it's more than that.
You're on the 1 day chart.
It's on the 1 day. Okay, but that shows you again how versatile. There we go.
There's the dip.
Now
there it is.
That's a dip.
So you mean you have to like go through the training and understand how to set your exchange up properly
Isn't
So
that
that-
amazing?
Okay, wait, I have to go. I have to go do this step. I'll be right back.
No, exactly. Absolutely.
You know, if I wasn't doing the brief, I'd be doing the trade.
Yeah, I know.
Now, hang on. Don't get all excited, guys,
I
because as
won't.
you guys know,
Yeah.
just because it shows us a potential dip doesn't
That's
mean
right.
that we take the trade. But
Correct.
what it
And-
is showing you is how easy it is with technology to be alerted to the potential trades that are there based on the training that you go through. And based on your training, you'll know whether or not it makes sense to pull the trigger. And
Yeah.
that's why we talk about everyday people making everyday profits, because that's what it's based on, the training. The tools are just that. They just make it so much easier. So ultimately, so let's get out of that and let's kind of show them a couple other things in the Trade
Okay,
Finder.
Let's go back over to the Trade Finder.
There we go. Some of my favorites.
Couple of the things here. We got the MACD. Of course, RSI SPY is one of my favorites.
Mhm.
But we'll go to the MACD. That's
The MACD, the
Oh,
Daddy
this-
Mac.
Oh, I love this thing. This thing is so awesome.
Yeah. Now, for
Yeah.
those that are looking out there and seeing, and they're basically going, "What is all this?" Again, you'll understand it more as you dive deeper into our training. In fact, our next guest, who's an iCoinPro member, who's going to talk about it, is absolutely knocking it out of the park. And
Wait, he's an iCoinPro master, not
Right.
he's a
Yeah,
member.
I don't think we ever have a master. You're always learning, but
No, that's true.
the bottom line is, each of these strategies builds on the other, but they're not necessarily, you have to go through. These are just different strategies, and the ability to have technology alert us to these.
Yeah.
Complete training, complete education on what all of these are, so that ultimately you can use these tools for what they are, and that is to make it easier for you to pull the trigger on those trades once you go through your checklist and the
Buddy
training.
coin.
Yeah.
I'm going. I had to see if mine was on that list, and it wasn't.
This is the best tool in the whole salon of tools. If you only had this and the charts,
You'd make a lot of money.
you would make a lot of money.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm in this every day, many times a day.
All right, guys, quickly. So Buddy Coin Crawler is essentially where coins tend to follow other coins. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Where
That's
this
correct.
is-
So that's enough to tease people out there. That's why people love this so much. And honestly, we're the only ones with this type of technology.
There is.
Yeah.
I don't
And-
know of anybody else out there.
Absolutely.
No.
And that's why we're over here giddy about this update in 2020, because things like the Buddy Coin Crawler, we bring out, we make better, etc. But let's go even further, because we talked about technology and we're showing them all these, greens and reds and all. What else we got for them there, Dennis?
Well,
we talked about community, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's look at community. The first thing you see when you open our forum is our chat box. And where we have here is people talking about trades and market conditions all day, 24/7. It's amazing. An amazing tool. And you see this guy here in red, you probably remember seeing his name when we were going through the intros and stuff. Justin Clark is in here literally all day. He does a morning analysis. He gives people kudos and credits, and
he hits them with the money hammer too.
Oh, absolutely. That's his thing, and it's awesome. So then, going on down, we've got some recommended posts or topics to go and take a look at. We got Zooms scheduled. Look at here. We got training Zooms that are actually being scheduled and posted live right now. They're there, ready to go. There's the go-to link. If there was a meeting now of one of those trading Zooms, it'd be right there. And then we have many topics. It just goes on and on. But this is where people can go to find the answers to their questions. Because if you have a question, chances are in the last 2.5 years since a forum was formed, someone else has had that same question. So,
It goes further than that, Dennis, because what we've done is we've actually, from basically 3 people training, which was, Justin, Paul, myself, That's expanded now to, we added a couple more. You guys came on as trainers, you know, other people, and I think we're up to 10 or 11 trainers in different stages of expertise and knowledge, etc. And so that's going to just continue to grow, because the idea is that the trainers train the future trainers, etc. And so we have things like trading buddies and all that good stuff. So let's finish up, because I'm excited again. Because my man Jay is saying that someone's an iCoinPro master. I want to meet this dude.
I think
bring on the master. Bring on the master.
All right, let me stop sharing, and we'll get our key player tonight.
Yeah, but before we do, again, like I said, before we do, what I wanted to do was go back and just remind you all, as I said, those 4 pillars of a successful system. Again, the strategy, the technology, the community, and the longevity of the company. Extremely important. That's where we're also glad to be a part of iCoinPro. So again, if you're watching this live, we want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you get back to the person that shared the link with you to get their link for free crypto training, up to 2 hours of training by my man Justin. And it is, unlike most things that are free, this has value. We've got testimonials upon testimonials of people essentially having profitable trades just from that free training, all right? So I wanted to then share, because one of the things that I did in the very beginning, especially in the Facebook group when we first started, is I always said to people, listen, it's fantastic that I have results. I should probably expect to have results because I've got the experience. But I want people to start sharing their results starting off in the system and as they go along. And so I coined a phrase called proof, progress, results. Because again, as people continue to share their results, and this is real member-proof progress results. This is not people making things up, because one of the things we always want to do is be real and honest with people that this system works because you work the system. And then you have support, and you have the tools, the technology, and the training. So in the Facebook group, here's an example, Sunshine Miller in our iCoinPro official company group, and that's open to anyone that wants to go in there. All right, so you can get the link from the person that you got and you're watching this. Get the link. They can invite you into our Facebook group, and you're going to see a lot of people in there talking about their success with this system and this training and this community. But she says, woke up at 2 a.m. with one of my alerts going off, was able to pick 3 trades between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. God bless you, Sunshine. Was back to sleep by 4:30 a.m. with a smile on my face. How cool is that? Only at iCoinPro. There's our disclaimer. But she was able to get a trade off for 0.52, 0.7, 0.97. How cool is that? Again, proof, progress, results. Then my man Zach, my lumberjack friend there, we joke around all the time. These crypto markets could be so difficult to figure out if you don't have the right education. Thankfully, iCoinPro has taught me exactly what to look for. Check out these great opportunities the market gave us this morning. Now, earlier, Dennis had talked about, okay, a dip. This is what we were referring to. And again, once you join us and go through the training, you'll understand, because part of the training is, you know, buy the squeeze, buy the dip, that type of thing. And you'll understand why we like to put these arrows and stuff like that. And we get excited when the markets go down. I think people think we're crazy. But anyway, thank you for that, Zach. And then my man Daniel Pickering, who's actually been killing it of late, who's been with us a little bit over a year. But Daniel says, another awesome day in the life of an iCoinPro MPS trader. No special skills or complex training involved. And he was able to pick up a little bit over 1% on his trade there. So those are always awesome to see. And, you know, all of that basically deserves a money hammer. But our next guest, all right, is going to basically back me up, because again, I could show all of you out there, you know, these testimonials in 2D all day long, and it's fantastic. But I think it's always better to have someone come on and talk to you live, and have me just ask them some questions and share their story without a lot of goading or things like that. And you know, the truth is, people love coming on this show each week. They love doing interviews. Justin does the same type of thing on a little less formal, you know, during a Facebook Live type of thing. but just to share their story and their proof progress results. And these are not people that are compensated for sharing their story. They're doing it because they truly, you know, kind of that light bulb went off. And I think in the case of my next guest here, you know, light bulbs went off. I mean, I think it was a, you know, a nuclear reactor in his case, because, you know, this man chomped down and he just started gobbling up trade after trade after trade. And it's so good to see. And so I'm gonna bring.
And I don't want to give away anything. Just one thing before you introduce him.
Yep.
This guy works 2 jobs and he rocks the market. So
Yep,
how about
absolutely. Because one thing we'll talk about is anyone can do this as long as you follow the system, the training and all. And so without giving away too much, again, without sounding like that ShamWow guy, I'm going to bring my man, Julius Anthony on. Julius, I'm going to unmute you, my man, bring you out. All right. Give us a little second for the system to work here. There you go. Julius, my man.
Julius.
You have had one crazy week. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, thanks. How are you guys?
Good.
Fantastic, fantastic. So now, Julius, couple of things. Let's be a little formal up front. Everyone out there doesn't know you from Adam. They only know me because I'm a little loudmouth. But why don't you just introduce yourself? Let people know, you know, where you're from, basically, you know, what you do for a living, those 2 jobs, and then just quickly let them know how long it's been since you joined iCoinPro, and then I'll come back and we'll start to, you know, to shoot back and forth after that. All right? You mind sharing that, Julius?
Sure. Yeah. So I run a small business company that I set up about 5 years ago, which is a driving school. Formerly before that, I was with a national company that I left for personal reasons. I've been with iCoinPro for about, I think it's going a year now. This time last year, I was reading the modules. And towards the end of the month of June last year, I was beginning to do paper trading.
Right.
So
now, before we get there, because I'm sure people are sitting going, where's that accent? Are you in Texas? Or yeah, where are you dialing in from? Because I want to give you kudos for that also.
I'm dialing, and at the moment it is 1:39 a.m.
See, and the reason I wanted to bring that up, Julius, again, I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on and sharing your story. But I want to have people understand that we're global, but also someone like yourself and many of our other guests are doing it out of the goodness of their heart. And many times it is late at night. So I want to thank you for that. So people watching, again, if someone sent you the link, get back to them, get that free crypto link, because people like Julius, okay, are doing this because of what he's going to share here. So you talked about being with us a little over a year. Absolutely. And you talked about basically starting the module. So I'll let you take over from there.
Yeah. So I started the module in June last year. And by the end of June, beginning of July, I started trading, and I was doing paper trades. Mid-July is possibly when I did my first live trade, and I started into my account with $47.
Hang on, back up. 47.
47.
So less than 50. So you couldn't even get a motel room with that, right?
No.
Okay.
True.
So I'm glad
you
bring that up.
$3 short.
It's $3 short of a $50 bill. So Julius, I'm glad you bring that up, because a lot of times I'll get messages, people going, you know, how much does it take to start? You know, you got to have a lot of money. Oh, Big, you used to trade, so you've got a lot of money. I'm not like that. I don't have a lot of money. So share that again. So less than $50. You got started basically end of July last year after paper trading. What do you mean by paper trading, my man?
So paper trading is when you've read the modules, and modules will show you what you need to do. And then you will go and do those things. But instead of actually putting real money down, you're putting down things like the numbers, the figures that you're working for. Like say you see a coin, or you see the coin that you want to buy at a low price. So you put down the figures, write it down either on a paper, and then when the market changes or goes up, you go and buy the coin. and then you sell it for a higher price. Now, when you sell it for a higher price, what you might want to know is how much percentage you made. And so there's another feature in MPS that will tell you what percentage you've made. And so all you've done is put figures down on paper and see whether you've made a profit or not.
So you're actually basically trading with training wheels on, kind of, right?
Training, that's correct.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we talk about paper trading, that's all we talk about in the early training and stuff like that. So at what point did you feel comfortable moving from paper trading to actual, basically, losing your nest egg there of $47?
Mid-July I was trading. So for mid-July last year, so it was about the better part of 4 weeks.
Right.
4 to 6 weeks.
So
and then I said,
so you had a business, or you have a business, so you work for a corporation, right? All right. But let me back it up a little bit. So for about 4 weeks, so had you had any real like day trading experience before that?
I had something to do with stock markets. Somebody had introduced me to stock markets.
Right.
But the problem with that was me looking at the stocks every often with my business. It's not possible because I'm a driving instructor, and so I can't be teaching and then take my screen out on the road. Say,
Lord, I hope not. Hang on 1 second. Now the other thing also is stocks tend to, especially the U.S. markets, are only open for a limited time. The Asian markets are only open a limited time, etc. I mean, they're back to back to back, but they're not open 24/7.
24/7, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. So the reason I ask that is a lot of people will be like, okay, well, maybe you had a lot of experience before. Would you say you had a lot of experience or very limited?
No, even that situation didn't last for more than a couple of months, because when I found out that, well, the stock market is not open and I can't trade, so after about, I think 3 or 4 months, I don't think I lasted 5 months. Right. I had to give it up because it actually wasn't working for me, because I couldn't, even though you know what the stocks is going to be or you have an idea, you can't trade it because, the stock market is not open. So I had to give that up anyway. So about a year or two went by, and then somebody finally introduced me to iCoinPro. Now, I had the link for iCoinPro for about almost a year, but I didn't do anything.
Absolutely.
And
so now those people out there watching, right? You had the link, and maybe we just didn't do a very good job of selling it. Maybe it's because cryptocurrency.
No, not at all.
Yeah, maybe it's because cryptocurrency people didn't fully understand it. Maybe it's because people, if we go back a year, you're talking about 2018, which is one of the worst years in cryptocurrency. Maybe it's a combination of things, but I think a lot of it has to do with, and maybe you'll be honest about this. Did you not jump into it because you thought it was too complicated?
No, I was involved in so many things, and also because the business that I had set up around that time was still needing my full attention.
Gotcha.
Getting into something new where I had to sort of read up, train myself was a little bit too much for me to take on. So I was still working on my business and doing some other things to make sure the business was stable.
What changed that made you put your head down, grindstone, and grind it out for that month and a half, basically? What changed?
Yeah, so, well, it sort of looked more simpler than the trading that somebody introduced me to, like a couple of years before. And so when I was reading the modules, is that all I have to do? And also what sort of really got me is I can pretty much do it any time I want. I was like, okay, that seemed to work for me. So I decided, okay, let me just read this stuff, see what I can do. And if I lose $47, then it's $47 of not eating either ice cream or pizza for a week. I could live with that.
I'm glad you said that, because one of the things I will say to people watching this, and I'm sure you would agree, you only ever want to go into something like this or any type of investment with money that you're willing to lose completely. Would you say that?
Yeah, that's definitely, yeah.
Right. And so that's why a lot of people say, oh, I've got to have a lot of money. Not really, because the truth is, the great thing about cryptocurrency is you can buy fractions of a coin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so people, again, so part of the training is having people understand the history of money, the history of Bitcoin, you know, the nuances behind it and all the other coins. So let me just go. So from that day, so now here we are basically a year later when you decided to get serious. You've had a lot of success recently, Julius. Why don't you share with people? Let's do the last week. All right. So now keep in mind, everyone watching, Julius has a business he runs, right? And he is doing this essentially on the side, if you will. Julius, why don't you just share like what you shared in our Facebook group, what was it, a couple of days ago, the number of trades you had for the previous week?
I think it's actually one of the slow months that I've had since March. And I shared, I think I did for the whole week, 20 or 30 trades that I'd done over the week, even with the 2 jobs that I had. But with that, I was still able to make, if I remember correctly, over 50% on gain.
That's the way to go, my man.
That week.
Now, for those people, maybe I was a little early with the money hammer. He said he did over 20 trades. And he basically was able to do roughly 50%. And if you want to know exactly what those numbers are, get into our Facebook group. The post is right there along with the disclaimer so you can see what those are. Now, here's the thing, Julius. Did doing that many trades, and like you said, that's less than you normally do. Did that take a whole lot of time out of your week?
Not really, because going to work, so a couple of trades will come off when I'm at some of the jobs, and sometimes when the alert goes off, because what I would have done is put some alerts on and say, okay, and the alert will go off telling me the price where I want to sell is now, I've now arrived, so do I want to sell it? And the phone will be buzzing. So all I have to do is press a button and I've sold whatever I need to sell.
Sold. Boom. Nail it. Money hammer time. Absolutely. Cha-ching, cha-ching. So the reason I'm saying that is, so you mean that you can set alerts? You mean you don't have to sit there in front of your computer all day long to trade?
No.
All right. And is that because of the training and the tools?
And the tools and the technology. Right. So what I have now, I mean, one of the things, in March, what I decided to do is to sort of use technology, right, to take it away from home on the road. So what's been happening lately is that I could be in the supermarket trying to pay for my stuff and actually see a trade or make a trade or put in a trade or just
on his phone on
the phone.
Right.
So I'll be driving around sometimes and I'll hear that the alerts have gone off. So it's got so much easier with the training that I've got from iCoinPro.
Yeah, you young whippersnappers back in our day when we used to have to, take and...
I'm hearing you guys when iCoinPro first came. I said, oh, gosh, that would have been hectic for me. But,
right.
So easy for us.
Sweat of the brow, absolutely. Yeah. And but no matter how easy technology is, would you agree that it really comes down to learning and knowing?
You have to.
And following the system step by step, my man?
Yeah. I mean, when I said I've got 20, 30 trades, is because the system teaches us to manage our risk. And so because I'm managing the risk and I know what percentage to sell at, I'm always getting those amount of trades in. any one time. So I think since I've gotten better to understand the training,
Since you become an
it's
iCoinPro master, as Jay said.
Yeah,
But
master.
see, here's the thing. People we laugh about that, but it's true. If you can master the iCoinPro system, the micro profit system, then we jokingly say that you are an iCoinPro MPS master trader, because it doesn't take a whole lot. Correct, Julius?
Yeah, that's good. The thing, this is the other thing. I mean, there's so many ways that you can trade, and I'm pretty much only doing about 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's it. So if you've got all the other, you were talking about BuddyCoin and another tool that's good. I don't use it, but what I do use is still bringing me anything between 10, 20, 30%.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like I said, this is not Julius blowing smoke up our butts here. You can go into our Facebook group. He has plenty of proofs that he throws in there, proof progress results. It's fantastic to see where you've come now that you finally got serious about this little side hustle, Julius. I appreciate it. But again, I can't thank you enough for coming on and joining us tonight. You don't have to stick around. You've been gracious enough to share your story. And again, all of those watching out there, get the link from the person that shared, get into the Facebook group. People like Julius and others have no problem if you hit them up in the group to tell you. They're not going to do anything other than tell you the truth, because again, the hype part about iCoinPro, that's me. All right, because I'm excited to see this thing grow from when we first kicked it off. Joking with Paul, 5 years ago when he wanted to put together a magazine, a crypto magazine. And I'm going, Paul, magazines are kind of dead. Why don't you go rework it and let's talk about it, again at some point. So it's great to see. So Julius, I want to thank you. Let me just do this. So you basically have known about iCoinPro for more than a year. All right.
Yeah.
But let's say that the Julius of today, let's say we have the Wayback Time machine, and the Julius of today could hop in that Wayback Time machine and go back to that Julius of over a year and a half ago, who had that link, who knew iCoinPro back then, because there are people watching this who are probably that type of Juliuses. So what would the Julius of today get in that Wayback Machine? You go in, you're sitting in front of, much younger, much more handsome Julius of a couple of years ago. What would you tell yourself, my man, sitting there?
I think one of the things that sort of kept me back was not knowing exactly what cryptocurrency was. And so it being new and not knowing, I mean, amongst my friends, I'm possibly the only person that actually actively trading it or actually using it. And so that's one of the things that sort of held me back, because I didn't know it. And also I wasn't sure whether I was going to get the right training.
Correct.
And so, but coupled with that, with the fact that I had done something called trading. And when you say trading, well, I've tried that before. So that didn't work for me. My sponsor encouraged me, said I've got the support that if I join, he will support me. Funny enough, I haven't heard from him, but the tools, the training are so simple enough for me to follow through, that if he was to, he can come and say I've never talked to him, because there's been no need to, because forum, the chats are all there 24/7 for us to be able to ask whatever question you have. So I've been able to plug along and pick up stuff as I go along.
So basically you would say to yourself, go ahead and take the leap?
Yeah, go ahead, take the leap. And $47 wasn't really a lot of money to
Absolutely.
lose.
Well, I thank you, my man. I know we're looking forward to your weekly updates, like you always do, and all. And someday I'll get back to sharing my trading results. I have plenty of them also, but honestly, my whole purpose in all that we're doing is not to go, hey, look at my trading results. It's really to edify all of you out there and say, listen, this is working for all these people. Like I said, it should work for someone like me. All right. But the fact that it continues to work for people that don't have a lot of experience, or even those that do or were taught wrong, it's awesome to see. So, Julius, I want to thank you again, my friend, for joining us, especially this time of night. I know you're busy. Don't get caught up trading here. Get some sleep, and we'll.
Oh, he's going to work. He's going to work.
We'll catch you inside the forum, my man. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, brother.
All right. See you, folks.
All
Thanks,
right.
Julius.
Thank you.
So, Julius, just have you mute yourself there, and let me jump back into it, and let's finish up, guys. Thank you very much, Julius.
Yep.
Let's finish up and get right to what is new with iCoinPro. What do you say, Jay?
Yeah, let's check it out. So here's what's new: new membership levels that I'll be going over, new iCoinPro marketing funnel that Dennis Robbins will be covering, and the new fire compensation plan that our main man, Big Lloyd Dobson, will be explaining.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you how to hit people with a money hammer in that for sure. But let's get right to it. Jay, let's talk about those membership levels. We kept talking about free crypto training. We actually have a free membership now?
Yeah, we have a free membership that you can get and learn one of the tops. We have two strategies. And Justin Clark goes over the strategy, this first strategy, by the dip. And it's about 2.5 hours long. But after you see this, and he shows you how to set everything up, you don't have to cost you any money. You can actually make money to pay to get in to the other levels. Then we have the basic for $9.95. We have the basic plus for $39.95. And all that does is give you a little bit more. But the full access is like the cat's meow. And I don't know where that came from, but that's what I'm saying. Because it gives you everything. And then we have the full access.
I'm sorry, I was crunching. Did you see cat's meow?
He did.
Oh, my God. Jay.
He's old.
Jay. Sorry, go ahead, my man.
That's dedicated to Dennis because of his cat.
Wow.
Cat's meow. So, and then we have the full access for $99.95, but we also have a deal that comes up if you decide to go full access. You can pay 3 months, which is a 3-month pass, which is $280.
And we got a lot of people. Yep, a lot of people taking us up on that offer.
Yeah, a lot of people. And then that's for 3 months. So you don't have to pay anything else for 3 months. And then after that, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if it is, then you continue paying $99.95 a month. Yeah,
and you've heard Julius, my man, say basically in 4 weeks, he went from paper trading to hitting people with the money hammer there. Awesome stuff. So, Jay, thank you for that. Dennis, my man, why don't you quickly talk about this? Because one of the things people were saying in earlier years is, Justin, Paul, Big, help us out here, with marketing and all like that. And I think we have absolutely hit it out of the park this time.
Done pretty well. And we keep talking about this awesome free trading thing here. Again, it's right up front, it's in your face, 2.5 hours. You can take it. We have actually got people making money on this, enough to finance or be able to go and take that next step, or they'll take it and they'll introduce other people to the program using this free module. It's phenomenal. Next one, follow-ups. Okay, talking about sharing with other people. Once they get in and they're signed up, okay, even at the free level, there's 90 days of free emails. 90 days worth, man. That's a lot of information, a lot of good flow. Powered by the Powerline marketing system. This is awesome. A lot of programs try to mimic this, but they really don't have it down. And we're going to talk more about that. I'm going to give you a demo on just how this works. And I think Big may be coming in to help me with it. There is a social media marketing training package for $20. You become a super affiliate. And with that, you get a whole suite of training dedicated to marketing. It's incredible. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all of this, the marketing funnel, the system and all like that for a one-off of $20 to get you all this. And people are absolutely loving it because it, does all the selling and telling for them, basically, just like we're doing tonight. So again, if you're watching this on replay, make sure you get back to the person that gave you the link so you can get their free crypto training link. If you're watching it live, do the same thing. Thank you. If you're watching it live and you've got some people with you, make sure you sign their butts up and get them started also. And ultimately, when you're good at it, okay, you can do like what the gurus do, right, Dennis?
That's right. Like I'm doing, using traffic sources, which, by the way, we have as a part of our back office. We can go and tap into that stuff and actually use these email sourcing and so on. And it's pretty awesome. And I'm really looking forward to the next slide, because this is the one you want to see to get signed up for the free training. This is where you want to go, right here. So real quick, name, email, phone number, not necessarily. You don't have name, name, email, plug it in, watch the video, hit the learn more, and you're good to go. Free training.
Absolutely, yeah. And Justin does a great job, not only of introducing the concept, but also going through that nearly, nearly 2 hours of training, and that's all free. And again, we talk about the ability to level up from there, which is exactly why we introduced the concept of the power line. And the beauty of it is the power of the power line. And so what we want to do tonight was just explain quickly how it works and why it's so powerful, and no one else is doing this. All right. And so let's say that, Dennis, let's use you, me, and Jay as an example. So let's say that I've already signed up basically, and I'm a full-blown paid member with iCoinPro, and all these people, essentially, not necessarily my links, they could be anyone's links, which is why we keep saying, get back to the person and get their link. They basically fall into the power line, which means that these are all free members who went through the free training, basically signed up for it. Susie, Aaron, Bill, oh, look, Dennis signed up too. Steve, Peter, etc. So this is how the power line works, basically. So you sign up, and then chip down the wrong spot there. You sign up, and you go into the power line. People after you go in also, and that's why we call it a power line. So all those people essentially come in after you, and until you actually upgrade to a paid member, you stay in the power line. So someone like Jay comes in basically, and he says, this training is good. I want to level up to the next level. Maybe I want to go to a $39.95 level. As long as he upgrades by 12 a.m. every Wednesday, we have a cutoff date. He has the ability to jump people in the power line, because these are all still free members. Now, why would he want to do that? Well, because then everyone that signs up after him, he has the possibility to get a piece of, and we'll talk about that in the compensation plan in a little bit. So Jay go ahead and does that, but because Dennis signed up before Jay, Dennis is like, you know what? What'd you do, Dennis?
I signed up.
Right.
I'm coming on, man. I'm not let Jay beat me in there.
Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, so Dennis is like, you know what? I'm going to take action, okay, before this cutoff. And what that does is Dennis now gets to jump up above Susie and Aaron and Bill, who didn't take action. And he basically gets to leapfrog in the power line. That's the power of the power line. And then so if those people come next week, decide to sign up, they're all below Dennis. But then Jay's like, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. But because Dennis had already signed up previously to Jay earlier in the week, he actually jumps up ahead of him, even though Jay signed up to level up earlier. The cutoff is every Wednesday. And so now Dennis gets to leapfrog. And so now we're looking at Dennis and Jay on top of that power line and all the other people sitting around waiting. That's the beauty and the power of the power line. So there's myself, and now there's Dennis, and now there's Jay, and they're going to benefit from this position being higher up in the power line. And we'll explain why that is here in just a minute. But before I talk about earnings and income, we always have to have a disclaimer. When it comes down to it, there's the possibility to earn not only from trading, but also from being an affiliate or sharing the story of iCoinPro with other people out there. So when it comes down to the earnings and income disclaimer, we make every effort to ensure that we accurately represent these products and services and their potential for income. Earning and income statements made by our company and its customers are estimates of what we think you could possibly earn. There is no guarantee that you will make these levels of income, and you accept the risk that the earnings and income statements differ by individual. As with any business, your results may vary and will be based on your individual capacity, business experience, expertise, and level of desire. The testimonials given in this presentation are from affiliates. They were not paid, as I talked about, to endorse the company, but they do earn compensation from selling the product to customers and also new affiliates who choose to sell that product as well on their teams. Excuse me, how cool is that? Got me coughing there. So why are people all excited about this comp plan? Because it is a one of a kind. I tell you, when we revamped all of this, I was excited because the new iCoinPro 2020 FIRE compensation plan, and FIRE stands for Fast Increasing Rewards Engine, which powers that new plan. And it's basically the more you refer, the more you earn. Now, the difference between us and a lot of companies out there is we pay on the dollar. There is no hidden business volume breakage that goes back to the company. And that is huge. That is big, if you will, no pun intended, because our commissions start at 50% for every single referral. If someone signs up to $9.95 level, you're getting 50%. If they sign up at $39.95, you're getting 50%. If they sign up to $99.95 level, you're getting 50%. If they buy in a package, the $280 for the 3 month, you get 50%. Here's the beauty. Up to 100% check match on your personal referrals, binary check. So if you have your personal link and someone signs up under you and they sign up someone also, you're getting 100% check match on your personal referrals, binary checks. I mean, I'm telling you, when you go in the back office there, you don't even have to sign up. All of this is, excuse me, is laid out in full detail for everyone to see, and it is fire. It is absolutely fire. But the greatest thing about all of this is you don't even have to purchase anything to earn commissions. That's right. No purchase required to earn commissions. Can I get a wow, guys?
Wow.
That's true. Bottom line is you can basically be an affiliate, okay, and essentially not be a paid member, and those people that do, you can still earn. If you'd like the marketing system to help you get the word out more, that's that one-time $20 off for the marketing system and funnel. It is absolutely fantastic. We're so confident about our training and our tools and our technology that we want people to have the ability to share it anywhere and everywhere without you having to be a member. Now, membership levels just allow you different levels for you to level up. We like to talk about, okay, we like to talk about so much more, but we don't have the time. We're over our hour. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to stop sharing and basically come back and let all of you know that there is so much more to the compensation plan. But again, you don't have to be a member. Most people level up because they want to take advantage of the tools and the training. But we also want to be more than fair in compensation, because the more people can help us grow, the more we can help more people. All right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if I put too many mores in there. All right.
Yeah, that was enough mores. Let me
Yeah.
just say.
Yeah. S'mores. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's next week's theme.
Hey!
Start a little barbecue fire in the background.
Yeah.
So
You're
I wanted you guys all to see us as we kind of go back and forth here. The compensation plan is extremely robust, extremely generous. And that's why we have thousands and thousands join us. We have thousands of members all across the globe. And it's so easy to explain. It's all in the back office, basically right in the front page. Before you even become a member, you can see that. Because like I said, you don't have to be a member to earn with this program. It's like any. There are thousands of companies out there that do straight up affiliates. Amazon, Walmart, etc. allow you to be an affiliate, without, paying any type of membership. And we wanted to do the same thing. But there are people just like Julius and thousands of others who also want to earn from the trading. And guess what? They can do both if they like, or you can just simply come on and do trading and say, I don't want to worry about the marketing. It's entirely up to you, entirely up to you. So what we want to do is let's go into finishing this up. Jay and Dennis, I think it's really important that we try to stick as close to that hour, and we are literally about 5 minutes over now from when we started. So I know from myself, and I'm sure from you, Jay, what do you want to say to people tonight that joined us?
Hey, if you're sitting on the fence and you've seen our presentation and you have questions, get in our Facebook group, ask your questions. If you want to reach out to Lloyd, me, or Dennis, or anybody here, we're available to answer questions for you. I mean, if I had to do it over again, I'd do it over again.
Absolutely. Dennis, my man.
Hey. Awesome chips and salsa night. Julius was incredible. I love to talk with him. He's just such a cool guy to share with, and the community aspect that we have going on here, just it's not ending. It grows and grows and grows, and this is a beautiful extension of that. The three of us sharing, gathering our arms around those that come in and join us for the hour. Amazing time, absolutely amazing. I just hate it when we don't get a chance to do this on a weekly basis.
Absolutely. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Big Lloyd Dotson, and we want to thank you. We will tell you again, like I said, and I've said it several times, and I'll say it again, get your free crypto training link from the person that shared this presentation with you. If you're watching it live, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. If you're watching on replay, get that training link and take action now. When it comes down to it, and I'm going to stop sharing. When it comes down to it, it's very simple, all right? Those that take action see results. And there's nothing easier about what we're sharing with you tonight than taking that first step to get that free crypto training link and going through that first, nearly 2 hours of training. And many people have done that before you and gone on. And we have a number of members that have just joined us in the last couple of months who took that first step and are now enjoying profits, basically enjoying that that 4 pillars of a successful system, if you will. On that note, my man Dennis, I want to thank you very much for doing this again tonight live. My man Jay, I want to thank you for doing it live with me also, and especially I want to thank all of you out there watching who joined us live, but also everyone else who keeps spreading this word for us. We are the 3 Amigos. This has been this edition of the TNT Power Hour, which is the Thursday night turn up live like we do every week. Tonight's theme, chips and salsa. I was choking on my chips earlier. Next week, join us. We don't know what it'll be as far as the theme, but we will do.
It could be s'mores. It could
be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's coming on summertime. Could be to be.
We will have on another live guest, a live member guest, sharing their story, sharing their success in the system. But again, first step that you need to take if you're watching this, grab that free crypto training and do it. I think you'll be more than pleased in it. Take care, everyone. We appreciate you all. See you next week. Peace out.